Wesley, your tongue will get you hung. That was something my mother, unfortunately, used to say to me when I was growing up. It was always Wesley when I was in trouble. I had this problem of answering back, especially when it was with my parents, when I was in trouble, especially when it was at school, when I was in trouble with my teachers. And guess what? When I answered back, I only always made it worse. The tongue is such a small part of our body, and yet it has such a powerful influence. We read about the tongue here today in our psalm. It's Psalm 59, and David is lamenting wicked, evil people and different wrong things that they're doing. And amongst them, he talks about the use of the tongue with them. Verse 7, the words they, listen to this phrase, spew from their mouths, the words from their lips are sharp as swords. And they think, who can hear us? People today do. They say things without a second thought. Things that are hurtful, things that are unkind. They just come out of our mouths so quickly at times, don't they? Wrong reactions that are cruel and unkind. And it's a real challenge, the way we use our tongues. The Bible, of course, has lots to say about the use of the tongue. Proverbs especially. Then in the New Testament, the letter James wrote, especially chapter 3, talks about how the tongue is such a force for good, and yet can be such a destructive force as well. One moment we can bless people, the next we can curse, and sadly it's true, isn't it? Well, what will you do with your tongue today? How can you best use it to God's glory? Because it's a wonderful thing we've been given by God to use to the glory and the honor of his name, to use to the strengthening and the encouraging of so many people. David decides at the end of the psalm, this is how he's going to use his tongue. Despite all the vile words that have been spewed all around him, he says, I will sing of your strength. I will sing of your love. I will sing praise to you. So the first great thing we can do with our tongues is to praise him. Great, let's do that right now. But then let's also think about how else can we use our tongues wonderfully to God's praise today.